Here we go, here we go, here we go. Welcome, y'all. Welcome. Turning in new subscribers. As you can see, the title is The Seasons and You Releasing to Gain. The Seasons and You Releasing to Gain. So, this is actually going to be a continuation from the Instagram live I was doing. And it basically was speaking of when you're in a position to be you, all of you winning, you're not going to be in competition with anyone, and anyone who's in competition with you obviously doesn't want to see you win. Ashe, blessings, Goddess D. Welcome, my love. So it certainly is, because the vibe is definitely amazing. It's awesome. Nose blissing now. Wow. That's deep. So yeah, y'all. The cards that came out were the following. Surrender to Play was the card that came out. And the cards that were under in one of the ones or the others that came out was Surrender to Non-Action, Surrender Your Attachments to Results, and Surrender Resentments. Welcome, y'all. Thank you for washing your hands and saging yourself upon entering. Even if you're catching this on a replay and doing the same, salute to you, beloved. So, what's been coming up throughout the day before coming live to you all has been the essence of that is if you're around people who are competing with you, they don't want to see you win. And also the overstanding that when it comes to nature, the seasons change, not on your command. You adjust based on that season. So if we're getting into the summer months, obviously the adjustment would be wearing lighter clothing or less clothing. If we're getting into the colder months, this would be adding clothing, right? So more so cause and effect type thing on some real, but that's something to be mindful of. It's like there are certain seasons you'll have in your life and you want to get it done and over with, but you're constantly being given the example. Even if you don't have a physical body or someone you can, express or vent with, nature's always there showing you exactly what to do based on what you or the way you respond to the temperatures around you. 501 Mayday. That is Moon and Taurus energy, 6 of Pentacles. Asking you shall receive is the message that's coming in with that honk like that. It was 102 there. So when it comes to nature and the temperature, you're adjusting based off of that. Now, as far as you going back to that statement of if you're surrounded by people who are competing with you, they don't want to see you win because they obviously want the win. That's going to be the predominant energy when you have more than one person doing the same thing. Okay. Each and every being on this planet was placed on this planet to bring out the gifts that they've had before entering this realm, to bring it into this earthly realm, to do what we constantly hear: bring heaven on earth. A haven of unconditional love, because when it comes to love, that's the only thing that should be added to it, is unconditional love. Any other word, that ain't it, because love is just love, and it should come without conditions, right? So there's a lot to be mindful of at this moment, because the moon right now is in Leo, and we've been pulling a lot of that Leo energy, which also connects to the drama. Also, on IG, that card has came out about twice already, yesterday and the day before that, to surrender the drama. Now, the moon is in the sign of drama, Leo. The moon is a personal planet, so there's a lot that the collective is being asked to surrender when it comes to their own drama, their own illusion. And one of those things is to realize when you're in the setting of doing you, but others are competing with you. And this is also showing you how these certain systems are in place when it comes to school, your job. If you're an entrepreneur, you're literally out of that type of box or that type of world. Okay. Obviously, do what you got to do to be where you have to be, but don't get stuck doing what you have to do to be where you want to be, and not being able to do what you want to do because you have something else to do in order to get there. Okay. So if you're in a space where people are competing with you, there's a lack of authenticity automatically. Now, there would be a way that each one will do something that will not be like the other. And what is that showing you? That when you step into your own reality, not what others feel like you're supposed to be doing to get to where you want to be, that's also connected to having to do something to get to where you want to be. So that's also connected to belief systems as far as what you're supposed to be doing. I'm telling you, there's so much when it comes to breaking down from old paradigms to break through into elevated paradigms. 818. So to see these: surrender to play, surrender to non-action, surrender your attachment to results, and surrender resentments. Some of you, when it comes to surrendering to this play and coming to the realization of like, yo, these partnerships or these relationships only work because I made it work. I'm in a position of winning, but I'm seeing that other people are wanting to do things one up when it comes to what we all have to do, but something's a little off there. Surrender your attachment to results as to when you take action on a decision as it relates to you freeing yourself, freeing your mind. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're freeing your mind, you're actually reconnecting with your soul as you have your conscious mind and your subconscious mind in your heart space. See, a lot of times you're unable to feel those deep emotions within you that hold hidden treasures because you're surrounded by inauthentic or synthetic things. You know what I'm saying? So 1707. So let's see what's coming through at this moment. Look at that. flip the deck, we have here surrender to your full power. Moon and Leo. Let me see where it's at. Exactly. So I can see what energy we picking up on. And we also have our planetary hour. We are now in the planetary hour of Jupiter until 555, which then goes into Mars right after that. Let's see. It's like every statement that you hear as a cliche, really take a moment and break down what's being said. Especially if you're over here watching my channel. Because I already know your subconscious mind is picking up on something where it's like, oh, you remember now. Okay, okay. Let's get to work on what you're remembering. So let me see here. The moon right now is in Leo. I'm at the right. Okay, perfect. 12 degrees. And remember now, when it comes to the comments in the chat, make sure you're in alignment to what's being said in the conversation. Let's see here. Rarely can you get to the central place and stay there. But if destiny is fast and free, you do abide in the heart of creation and you never leave this spot. A host of virtues and gifts are showered upon you as you hold this post with supreme and personal self command. The most outstanding of these qualities is a faith and confidence in the powers that be, which can move any mountain. And accompanying this trait is an unworldliness which hosts and orchestrates a threshold awareness, an open door between worlds. You entirely live for the cosmic, the universal, the inner source spring. And what you perceive along this path is how everything goes out from here all over the world. But everything returns here so that the highest and the truest can once again be sparkled into the shared stream and known to be pulsatingly alive and self renewing in the most rapturous gesture of moving with whatever is asked. The mouth of the Amazon River, that's the moon right now, the moon's energy, metaphorically speaking. Let's take a back to signature. No wonder my energy felt like this. It's a white world Bridget day. Okay. Guided by the power of spirit. Let me see what the spirit animal is for this moment as far as this live is concerned. What is the spirit animal message? Mm. Earthworm. Let's see what else comes out. And the tarantula. There's a wide open space for a beginner. Mm. A wide open space for a beginner with the oyster here, as far as intuition is concerned. Give me a second. Because I've been seeing a lot of rainbows as far as the reflection in this space that I have here where I do these readings. The tarantula speaks of being at a crossroads. So there's a lot of ideas floating around here. There's a lot of ideas floating around, especially with the moon in Leo. One of these ideas is coming back from the past, though, and you're able to recognize it with the clearer view, with the clearer vision. Because that's the beauty of retrogrades, because it shows you things you would normally overlook or wouldn't even overlook in the sense that you go past it, and overlook as in looking too deep into it, and is more simple than what you're making it to be. Some of you have to trust yourself more. You're being shown through all of this reflection the lack of trust when it comes to your abilities. This could be um, expressions through paintings, through the use of your voice, through dancing. 8 legs. Hmm. Let me see something here. 1737. Let me pull out some of these. Talk to the collective source. What do you want them to know? What do you want them to know? There's a major pivot that's happening too. It's the smallest adjustment, is what it's feeling like. It's one of the smallest adjustments that you make. Welcome, love. Okay, we got a few. The Tower, Death, Chariot, and Strength. Let me see. Humming. Something about humming. We have Hagalaz, which represents the Tower. Dagas, which speaks of a breakthrough, the letter D, or the Death card. Then we have Mamas, which speaks of the self, which is also equivalent to the Chariot, the letter M. And then we have Strength, Urus. This is a message here also of physical self-healing. Some of you having a major breakthrough. So I'm hearing hard work is paying off. You've reached a point where you didn't give up. This is someone who's not giving up. 19, 22, 1, and 5. You've been hit with a lot of different forms of temptation for sure. Oh, wow. There's definitely an 800 runner. Her name is Moo, too. Okay, so half a mile. Now, what I can say about the 800 meters, which is half of a mile, so what I'm seeing from this is a long journey, but the type of endurance you built allows you to move faster than most. Because this is something that's destined for you, going back to when you have people competing against you, they don't want to see you win, they want to win. I mean, most sports are built that way to help you to build up your endurance as far as a winning mentality. Now, collective wise, there are also other things that you do, whether if it's in the classroom, whether if it's at work, to go to the next grade or to receive a raise. You put yourself in this space of making sure you're doing all that you can do to be recognized to go to the next level, recognized as eligible to go to the next level. Being recognized to be eligible to go to the next level. This also speaks of the earthworm. This is someone that is younger than most in their environment, that has plenty of information to give, but could be shy due to the caliber of people that they're surrounded by. Just step up to the plate. Like I mentioned yesterday, just focus, at least just getting on base and having focusing on what you can control right now may present you with the opportunity to hit a home run because you're focused on it now. But if you're constantly focused on hitting a home run, you may constantly strike out like that. Wow. The letters D and H are popping through here as a designated hitter. Okay. So, based off of that, this is speaking of something you have the gift to do. It's simple. It's basically like the example that Steve Harvey was given, where the guy who cuts his hair, right? When he was getting his hair cuts or whatever he do, because you already know. But anyway, this man, he used to pay him $10. Now, Steve Harvey being who he is, each cut is 1,400. Okay. The moral of that example is more so doing what you're gifted to do. And it'll bring what you feel, you know, having these professions will bring to you. Because most of these professions, and you're going to school for and all this other stuff, not knocking people who do. Been there, done that too. So obviously, going after, certain careers of that nature, is this truly what you're gifted to do? Because some of you have a gift where you can make people laugh in the most simplest ways. See what I'm saying? So this is going back to, you were placed on this planet with a specific gift already within you, a hidden treasure already within you. Because with this tarantula coming out speaks of a crossroads. DH is your initials. We got DHMUUMDUHUHU, Hampton, Hampton, Morgan, something about that. Let me look at these numbers though. 1922. Where's Neptune for that energy? Hold up. No. Does that feel like I went too far. Excuse me. 1922. That's Leo. Neptune and Leo. This is someone who has a gift of entertainment. And this could be doing what you do right at this moment, too. It's giving me the message of bringing this out more, bringing this out more so the collective can see what you do. Basically, a form of telling your story. Speaking of temptations, but this is also speaking of wealth with Fehu, the letter F. F-U. Well, let me see what 1922 talking about. To glorify. HD 19 and 22. Let me see what's pulling through here. It says, Welcome to Heaven. September 20, which was yesterday. David Nathaniel Bridge of French Polynesia. That's giving me Tahiti vibes. The Wolverine. Let 1,000 flowers bloom. I'm telling you, there's something going on. And I'm loving the way Source is moving right now with this message. Because it feels like something is blossoming. It does. Let me get one more animal spirit. Let's see. The moth to a flame here, and then the hummingbird. See, I'm telling you, there's something that's blossoming that it's. See, the only thing with the moth to a flame, it does speak of being impulsive too. Let me grab one more because this could be the crossroads. And the turtle. We go impulsive to slow and steady. We just now looking at this could be the crossroads. So as you enter this new beginning, we have you at a crossroads here of possibly being impulsive, that whatever calls to your attention based on who you are now, or be still being mindful of the cycles you've been through, the transformation you've been through. Because the thing about the turtle shell, it represents the 13 planetary moons from the galactic signatures. So something about the galactic signatures. Let's read the affirmation for today, which is White Solar World Bridger, Kin number 126. The affirmation is I pulse in order to equalize. Realizing opportunity. I seal the store of death with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of spirit. So when it comes to these affirmations, this is not really something that you break down logically. You just use it for your meditation, so that way it brings whatever's supposed to come out from within based on what your cells are recognizing by that vibration of the words that you're saying. So let me pull a surrender card for this here. It's like someone here is taking a leap of faith, doing something that is extremely uncomfortable. But as long as you keep going, just know that the days are going to move forward regardless of you moving forward or going backwards. But you get to choose to be in alignment with moving forward if you choose to move forward too. Regardless of how long the blossoming of your abundance may take. But this is something that's not going to be built overnight. Going back to the seasons, you adjust. The seasons aren't going to change from winter to summer just because you said so. The energies around you are saying, no, the earth is rotating this way. It's surrounded by the sun in this way, and this is what you're feeling where you're at now. The earth is moving this way around the sun, and this is what you're feeling as to the movement of the earth. And this is what you're feeling now. That's showing me I smell pretzels again. Smelling pretzels again. Because this came up before. Let me see. What else happened? You're stretching. 770. December 7th. 76 could be significant. Match the galactic center. Under Armour. Ancient Egypt. 6 of clubs, which is 6 of wands. Then you have the Emerald City, unlocked boxes. Hold up. There's something about the pace that I'm going, because I'm even being guided to pull out a certain deck that I don't normally use, but I'm just allowing the vibe to kick in. This has to do with beauty, because Tiferet is also coming up under Pretzel. Which is the 6th Sephira of the Kabbalah. Also connects to Archangel Michael. As far as tarot is connected to the 4 sixes, so that's the 6 of swords, 6 of wands, 6 of pentacles, 6 of cups, and all of the mutable signs, so the 4 knights, specifically the Knight of Swords, as it represents the air element. The colors, let me see. Amber, salmon pink, yellow, golden yellow, clear rose pink could be significant too. Let's see what else we talking about here. The revelation of the heart of God. Huh. Mm, I see. As far as surrendering attachment to results, for some of you, that's going to take a huge load off about a decision that you're making. The attachment to the result, because you're not giving source the space to move in and do what it do and move things faster for you. Not in the sense of rushing, but removing delays that could possibly rise up. Yeah. Surrender to passion. The way you surrender to passion is by surrendering to your gift. Get out of your head and feel the fire in your belly. Focus on the people or activities that ignite your passion and let it flow, not those that are competing with you. So, okay, some of you who are, doing what you got to do 9 to 5 wise, and you have plans outside of that. This could be a message to you where you don't want to be expressing what you got going on outside of the 9 to 5 to some of these people in this here job that you're in. Because as I would mention before, your job, you can apply for. Your work is your soul's mission. You're not going to find that on nobody's Indeed, none of that. Because this is a hidden treasure, unique, hidden, authentic treasure within you. That the moment you bring it out is the reason why it's listed. One second. Chill. Wow. The fact I picked this one up in reverse, but surrender the drama. This is the third time it's popping through here now. As far as from IG to here to what, listen. No matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. My heart's racing right now as I'm saying this. So, the message I'm getting from that, regardless of whatever just recently happened, just hear what you're hearing right now and move forward with the resonance that you're picking up from it at this moment. So, this is also giving me the message of surrender the drama. The moon is in Leo. Surrender any emotions connected to memories that prevents you from your creative willpower. And what Leo pulls from as far as its spiritual aspect, it's Aquarius. Aquarius speaks of innovation. It also speaks of the I know when it comes to social relationships. Do you know for sure that these relationships are bringing you harmony and balance on top of that beauty. Recently had to about my older sister Aries trying to feel. I feel you on that. Some, all the time, do what you must do. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Because here's what happens. This allows what you thought would happen by keeping them around. Now the wheel gets to turn. You know what I'm saying? Where if if this person awakens, because you're not, you know what I'm saying, you can only do but so much to inspire somebody. They have to move themselves. That's what motivation is an internal thing. What motivates that person is obviously something that inspires them. That can go so many ways though, right? Some people are motivated just to naturally hate on other people because they're actually inspired but don't want to admit that. So now, going back to what we were saying yesterday, when you're really done with something, you you start telling yourself that you're tired of it. Like you can't be okay, let's put it this way. This is exactly what it was that was coming through yesterday. And I was like, yo, what was that? Okay. Notice that whenever you um, put in for a complaint, it's obviously you want something to change. So, what use is it to complain about something that you're constantly doing over and over and over again without changing it? See what I'm saying? It's like that's another thing to pay attention to when it comes to energies around you, where you learn to observe it for what it is. Because there's not much that has to be said. Everything that has to be said is taking place right in front of you. You might have heard of that complaint over and over again. Now, once you get tired of giving up the same complaint, you decide to go about your business and do something where you don't have to even be dealing with that, playing that game anymore. And the way you handle it is by stepping away. See? So, I saw these cards coming out too, though. I had a feeling it was going to come out. I was like, the way this energy feels and the way this Leo message been coming up, now I want to see what this spread talk about. We about to, let's get into these tarot cards, y'all. It says surrender unhealthy relationships. Let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. And when you take this action, okay, of removing what doesn't serve you as far as unavailable and toxic people, they start to realize what you're truly made of without you having to explain yourself. Because they didn't have the mechanism or the cells within them to even realize what you were saying until you took a particular action. And now it becomes an experience within them. What they choose to do with that, that's on them too. But if it gets to a point where you start to see someone evolve, because that could also be the next part of your lesson too. But listen, this thing goes. It just goes. The waves come in and they go out. They come in and they go out. And that's the greatest lesson of nature, especially with this earth being predominantly water. Come through, source, because source is coming through right now. So let me take these up. Okay. Let's get into the tarot spread. Some of you may want to listen to Lisa Nichols, or you probably someone who does and you haven't recently. I don't have a message of hers exactly, but she's one of my favorite speakers, Lisa Nichols. Like one of the first things I put on most cases is Alan Watts. Like, you'll have my mind like, what we talking about? What are we talking about? Give me that universal talk, okay? Let's see. Let me put these in. All right, here we go. Let's see what the current situation is. We have the moon in Leo. Oh, so we're on our way to Libra season, right? Okay. So just keep this in mind that on the 26th of September, which is 5 days from now, it's 543, the sun in Libra is going to be in opposition to Jupiter that is retrograde in the sign of Aries. So there's going to be an expanding of egos. Okay. So just keep that in mind. To remove yourself from anything that could influence any form of narcissistic behavior or narcissistic behavior of others so it doesn't fall onto you. Your cat made a noise as soon as I said talk that universal talk. Is you in a pad? Yeah, y'all. Let's see. 544, 1744. The 744 picks up lion head or lion. Now that energy is happening on the 26th, the day after the new moon. So if a person ain't coming up to you on some real relaxed type of reciprocal form of communication where they're not talking over you, you can hear what they have to say, they can hear what you got to say. That's just that. No, she's sweet. So yeah, that's just a little tea. Let's see what you got going on as far as these cards go. What is the current situation here? Uh-oh. Why does it feel like somebody waiting for lotto numbers? This card, as soon as their honk went off too. Nine of Pentacles, current situation with the Eight of Pentacles. Wow, going through the cycles I see. The Virgo season. Okay. So the purification that's been happening during this Virgo season with Neptune also in Pisces, but retrograde, there's a certain habit that's coming to an end here. And that's part of a wish fulfillment. It's a habit connected to a wish fulfillment that you have to release, similar to what you recently just done, beloved. That can now get you to moving forward because you're removing an energetic frequency within your thoughts to, you know what I'm saying? But also doing it with love too. Also doing it with love. Especially with this green candle here for the heart chakra. There's a lot of work that's been happening. This is what I'm saying from before. Fruits of your labor. The work is paying off. 8998 could be significant. August 9th, September 8th, August 9th now, that's Six of Wands. September 8th would be Nine of Pentacles. And we got the Seven of Pentacles, 7, 8, 9. For real, this is what we're doing. In that order. Something is happening certainly in divine order right now. I'm going to clarify this now. And I'm gonna put them back so we can do our 10 card spread with one card at a time. But something about this has to come out because we got 789 here. Hold up. Moon and Leo, wanting crescent, healing, soothing, and surrendering. Surrendering the drama. Okay. And we got the 6 of Wands, 8, 9, something. Yeah. Okay. I'm telling you, some of you you better be ready. Your ass better be ready for this celebration, this recognition that's coming your way for taking a small pivot on something. Let me get the moon cards here because it reminded me of when that message was pulled the other live where it says adjustments are required. 6, 7, 8, 9 here. This is something that is manifesting with these earthly energies as far as the pentacles is concerned. So the way the earth is moving around the sun is what you're feeling here within your space. That's connecting to Mercury and the earth itself. Because Mercury is obviously much faster. But the fact that the earth element is moving faster than Mercury right now, based on what you've been doing in terms of the work you've been doing on yourself, the different level of shadow work you've been doing, this is now why you're seeing something shift and why this abundance is about to come to you the way it is. This has to do with the partnership as well. With the new moon in Libra season coming up, this is spiritual connections. Okay. Nothing will come of this situation. What's the foundation of it? Again, with the answers you need are coming. Nothing will come of this particular situation that you're in. The answers you've been seeking are coming. It has to do with this new start, this new moon. Now, the 8 of Pentacles is the sun. The 9 of Pentacles is Venus, core values. The 6 of Wands here is Jupiter and Leo. The 7 of Pentacles is Saturn. So, going back to Venus retrograde and something that occurred 8 years from this moment, from this year, you're now seeing what you had to do then, which now allows you to let the divine step in, know what it is that you're asking for, because some of you may have been asking for things that you weren't receiving because you were built for more than what you was asking for. And you would only be able to recognize that based on a previous cycle that you've just encountered. To realize that nothing is coming of this situation, it's time for a new start. The end to a tough cycle approaches. Look at that right there at the bottom of the deck. the heart of the God within you. You're choosing to move forward and honor the heart of the God within you. Working through your fears, there goes that ending, number 8. There's a level of emotions that you've never experienced before. So don't bring in the way you used to move in the past when this comes into your life. Okay? For some of you, this could literally be in October. Doesn't have to be. Because October is the 10th month. And 10 is the wheel of fortune, which also speaks of divine intervention. So it could happen during that month, but it can happen sooner depending on what you ask for. Hold on. Let me check on my client right quick. Okay. So let's see what. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is what's being shown here. Okay. Prosperity lies ahead, which is a new moon in Taurus. Your source is coming through like no other right now. And here's why I'm gonna tell you that. Because I said this could happen in October, right? Now that's Scorpio season, October, November. But you also have the full moon in Taurus. That solar eclipse from April, the end of April. Yo, Source, thank you for reminding me to in this way that you're allowing me to tell them. So whatever it is that you were shown this past April that puts you on this new journey as far as your core values. As you're listening to this message, really, okay, you've it seems like you've been, I can't is not, no, you can do this. That's the first thing. You can do this. Now, this is triggering somebody's anxiety. He's past this Virgo season because it is connected to the nervous system. So things that triggered in order basically not allowing you to change. So this is like complaining about something and not doing anything about it. You're being asked to reanalyze what that could be, if that's a part of your energetic field right now or has been, because when the full moon in Taurus comes around, it's also connected to because one of the full moons a couple years ago was a blue moon, which speaks of believing the impossible. And the reason why I got turned up like that is because you got this new moon in Taurus, which is telling me about that solar eclipse that you recently had. And then we have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries, which happens in Libra season. Okay. Full moon in Taurus, Scorpio season. New moon in Taurus, that's the months of April and May. But Aries also holds April. See what is March and April energies coming into play that we've been picking up on too. Believe in the impossible. I don't care what this is or what it is that you're asking for. Because nothing is going to come of this situation you playing it small. You've already been planting the seeds on this. Right under this, you got the Justice card. And another 7, you got the 7 of Cups with another major arcana here. Under this is the King of Swords, Aquarius energy, which speaks of a strategy. So being patient with the strategy when it comes time for you to decide. So this is something that's being presented to you and you being ready for when the opportunity arrives. And there are things that are rising up that are uncomfortable for you to either look at it as in terms of in what ways are you going to adjust? Is this something that you're going to shed from, or is this something that you're going to continue to take on? But the card that's turned over is what? Full moon in Scorpio. So we got new moon and full moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. It's time to release negativity. Yeah. So there could be, certain partnerships that you're not comfortable disconnecting from because of the relationship. But what has your life looked like with it being there? That's the question you want to ask yourself. Because if you're going to bring change into your life, there's a particular action you're going to have to take, which then can bring forth whatever it is that you thought you were doing by holding on to it. So, yeah, look at that. Win-win outcome is forecast. Full moon in Libra. There's a lot of synchronicities between the new and the full moons, which is basically giving me the message of 6 months preparation. Let me see what else is coming through here. Five of Swords. I want to see what this is. That was the Magician. Okay. And this is going back to anybody who's competing against you because you have all the tools that you need to manifest what you have to manifest. Don't truly want to see you win. They want to do this move here. They may want to act like they're there to support you, but because you got the Two of Cups here, and this is something that you're healing because all it did was cause sabotage, self-sabotaging thoughts. And this is something that's been deeply hidden. It's something you had to self-undo yourself from in order to even be receptive to unconditional love. So you can fully heal with this Leo energy popping through here as well. All right. So that's that. Let me see what the current situation is now. Welcome, y'all. All right, here we go. What's currently occurring for the collective? What is the current energy? The King of Pentacles. You can sense a creative spark coming along, or this creative spark that you have, you can sense that is going to bring forth plenty of abundance because you have so much knowledge about it anyway with all these books around you. Somebody's about to be booked and productive. Bun or busy, you're going to be booked and productive. That's part of the justice here, the balance, bringing balance, balancing of books. Let's see what's going on here. Wow. The Ten of Wands fell in reverse. So, upright, this speaks of moving forward with just with the smallest amount of material things. Now, in the reverse here, as the challenge to this King of Pentacles, let me see what I'm getting from this. This is someone finding their own path. And you may have to take a step back to see what that path was or is. And the journey you had to align with this is similar to like a Navy SEAL. You put your life through the ringer, all right. And the reason why I say that, because what's grabbing my attention is this bell around the bull's neck or buffalo's neck. Winds of change. Oh yeah, it is Wednesday. And in the Navy SEAL, there's this bell that they can ring to basically quit and not have to go through any of the training anymore. And Navy SEAL training is brutal. Okay. So this is giving me the vibes of your ancestors and spirit guides carrying that bell for you so you wouldn't have access to it to give up. Because you're the pathfinder. Greetings, love. You're the pathfinder here. And this could also be a partnership that's coming in with the Libra or Taurus or Sag here, or Capricorn, because this is Saturn and Sag, that could be coming back. Doesn't have to be the person, but the energy on a higher vibration if they reflect you. So if you rise to a higher vibration, this Taurus, Libra, Sag energy that comes back around is reflecting your highest state of vibration now, not who you used to be. We have the Four of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. See, in the recent past, this is what I mean about that low vibration. You were connecting more to situations where you were discontent and you were bored, overthinking, emotions all over the place, no control. Until a particular situation occurred where you got tired enough to change it. Because it's the Ten of Wands here. It did fall on the table in reverse. So this is really dropping that load. It's like the obstacle and challenges is also to realize the path you've had to take to release this load. And that's when the spiritual path was like, what up? You finally made it. There go the Six of Pentacles. Seeing the beauty in it all. The World card wanted to pop through there. Let's see what's at the basis of this. Let's see what's at the basis of this. So you know what this feels like then? As far as the clean slate with New Moon and Libra, and I'm glad y'all know that on the 26th, the Sun in Libra is going to be in an opposition to Jupiter, which is in retrograde in the sign of Aries, which can lead to people being cocky or narcissistic, the expanding of egos. But over here, you already know that your ego is supposed to be in service of your soul. And this is now where you'll have control over your emotions and your own mind and your thoughts. There we got the Seven of Pentacles. Yep, divine timing surely is at play here. Here goes the Seven of Pentacles popping up at the bottom of your spread, which is basically the foundation. So this is what you're building on. You're building on a new beginning here for sure. Because this was at the bottom of the deck when we just recently pulled the 8 and 9 of Pentacles. And the 8-9 is 6 of Wands as far as the 6 of Wands dates are concerned. So let me go to the immediate past here. Look at that. Saturn and Taurus. Obstacles and challenges to gain wisdom about your core values. So this is knowing what your core values are and applying them, which is now the wisdom that you are using. This is giving me the energy of a Hierophant. These two together is bringing forth the Hierophant. Being granted the keys to unlock many doors. Okay, the immediate past. This is related. I'm gonna put these back, but there's something about this is connected to the immediate past. So walking away from what no longer serves you. Again, Saturn. There's obstacles and challenges to gain the wisdom about what you believed in. Because when you say I believe and when you say I know, whatever you put thereafter, it sounds different when you're using I believe and when you're using I know now. Like you can say, I believe this is Abala Panteda's channel, or I know this is Abala Panteda's channel. Like you can say, I believe and see me and still be like, oh, I believe. That shit's weird. It's off. Like, see what I'm saying? So we got here the 8 of Cups followed by the Hangman. 8-12, this would be 7 of Wands. So walking away, turning your back on situations because this is part of your boundaries here. Look at all these runes. Let me see. Protection, movement, initiation, partnership, breakthrough, inevitable fate, stagnation, necessary stagnation to build up the fire within you. So necessary stagnation to build up the fire within you because this High Priestess energy is a hidden treasure for you as well. Your inner High Priestess is having a massive awakening here. Because this 9 of Wands don't look like the other 9 of Wands. You see her face? It's almost like I wish a motherfucker would come over here and do that shit again. Without even saying that. It's like your energy gives that off. You know? Let's see what's in your immediate past because I got something to do with it. Because currently I'm seeing the energy looking real blissful. You know, you're at peace. You're getting more connected with your senses due to the reflection that you're having. But let's see what's in the immediate past, though. Immediate past, you have Eight of Swords. Conflict with the psyche. That's Jupiter and Gemini. Some of you learned a valuable lesson in terms of what you say to certain people, who you talk to. You know what I'm saying? But it's exactly that's one of the ingredients to your success, though. So this is like, instead of asking Source to change your life because this challenge is too much, you're asking Source, what is it that you have to see within this challenge to allow you to evolve? Because in the mirror is someone looking and saying, change this now. But looking from this point of view here is more so, okay, what is it that I have to change here? What is it that I have to see to change this perception of my life being like this? In bondage. You do got the Ten of Cups here at the bottom of the deck now. Okay. So when you ask that question, Ten of Cups, Mars and Pisces, the spiritual warrior, the beliefs connected to the spiritual warrior begin to now unlock themselves within you. Because it has space to grow into the knowing. So the spirit is awakening. The spirit of the spiritual warrior is awakening through beliefs in the path and through beliefs of your path that actually led to more of a lack of knowing. Is that it? Okay. So let's see what's crowning your reading here. Let's see what's crowning the message. What's crowning the message here. And then I'm going to come back and clarify that Eight of Swords. The Two of Wands, the crossroad. Okay. What's the basis of it? The King of Wands, this Leo energy. It's nonstop. Nonstop. Let me see. Because that would be Kenaz. Yeah. This room here. When I tell you about this Leo energy, look at this. On some real shit, y'all. It's like right now with the moon and Leo, the way this Leo energy has been coming up, the cauldron is being stirred from all the ingredients that has been placed into it. That rune speaks of enlightenment needs to be tempered with wisdom before its true worth and power can be known. And that rune also connects to the World card. The gemstone is bloodstone. Also connects to deities that are connected to being watchers of the underworld. And the new that's been popping through here too. But there's a rising creative inspiration, dispelling of fear, anxiety, or any fears that come of the dark and darkness in general. Inspiration and intuition coming in at the same time. Bringing the mind, body, and spirit into higher power through the rays of knowledge. Applying it. Learning from each other as far as a relationship is concerned. You and your partner could now be at a state where you're able to learn from each other by recognizing one another through honesty. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I felt that like there's this energy of someone's anxiety recently has been triggered. But the moment you saw the beauty in the journey was the same moment you decided to come back to something that actually was the start of this heaviness. But you may not have known that though. Some of you have, but the extent as to where it was going, not so much. because that also could have been a moment where where with your free will, this is what I'm saying, some of you got some strong spirit guides and ancestors that's like, they have all this information, but let's take it step by step so that way they don't have the moment to turn back from moving forward. Some of your movement forward had to be going back to something to see it for what it is, or repeating a lesson. So let me clarify the Eight of Swords now. What's the Eight of Swords here? Something about Book of Shadows. Eight of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Independence, trust, trusting yourself about what you know and not disregarding what you know to put yourself in an abusive situation, because that's Venus in Virgo. Especially clarifying the Eight of Swords. This could be mental, physical, spiritual. That's why your guides around you are so strong. So you may have experienced a lot of see, here's the other side of it. There's one side where you can go through an experience, or you could be experiencing something by watching someone else experience it and not knowing how to be the observer. That's also equivalent to where words can hurt, because this is something where that you'll constantly repeat over and over and over again. Because there is situations where if somebody has gone through physical abuse, they're more focused. The hurt is coming more so from what the person said. That shows you the power of vibration and frequencies. Knight of Pentacles. There's a lot of Virgo energy popping through here now with this Eight of Swords. So this could be work as well, co-workers. Some of you have co-workers who love to tell you what's going on. You're going to have to set some boundaries on that. Because is something about that's because energy, you can't create it nor destroy it. It just transmutes and transforms. Something about what I just said in terms of work. Some of you are taking work to other places that have leaked. Some of you are taking your job description to places where your work is, and it's not allowing you to see this new beginning coming in here for you, or hasn't allowed you to see. And then we got the Two of Wands. Yeah, crossroads again. Let me see what's under that. The Nine of Wands. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, which is what? Insanity. Then we have the Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment. 949. There's definitely an ending here when it comes to your foundation, the way you feel about certain things. That's going to bring in what? A new beginning. Page of Cups. And it fell sideways, which is also showing up as a challenge. And this is something that happened in the immediate past, though. Look at this. The same cup. Like, because you're not seeing it, this is going elsewhere. So now there was a process in your life where you started to carry a lot of burdens. Speaking of the Ten of Wands in reverse, this is you coming back to reclaim all of your power, either mentally, physically, you know what I'm saying? And calling back your power to you so you can now see where it is that you're supposed to go, what direction you should be choosing based on the awakening of the spiritual warrior. This is Mars in Aries. Let's clarify this Two of Wands. Let's see what the Two of Wands is talking about. Something on your vision board is definitely manifesting, though. This could be a vehicle or a trip. What's the Two of Wands here? What is the Two of Wands? Justice. Okay, I love to see it. That's 211. Then we got the Sun card here at the bottom of the deck. Telling you this awakening of your inner high priestess was bringing balance to this situation and clarity of the mind, because now you're able to go back to situations in your mind, within your spirit, to change it around. Now the thing with that is, when you're going back to certain scenarios, it's important to not get stuck there. Like this Eight of Swords is showing you, it's important to not get stuck there. But again, a new start is coming, as we saw recently with this Justice card popping through here at the crown of your reading. So regardless, a new start is approaching you. Your perception of this new start, different story. Because this is a Libra card with all this red in the back connecting to Aries energy. It would be the backbone of it. Aries is the backbone of Libra. It's the life force, the Kundalini rising energy, as far as life force and vitality, temperament. Now focusing on what it is that you want to do with love instead of resentment. Because that's only with the resentment, a connect attached to it. For one, there's an attachment, so that's issue number one. And two, it's only going to cloud it so that way you can't even enjoy a moment that should be of bliss. So let's see here. Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. Let me get one more. It's a long time coming for this to be balanced out. And it's giving me a minimum of 5 years. 5 to 11 years this was taking. That's how long this was taking for this to balance out. And that's quite the journey, if you ask me. Shit. A day is enough. Look at here. Manifesting what you want to do for work in the moment of celebration is on its way. Here we go with the Strength card again, which is right under the King of Wands here. And under the King of Wands, you do have the Strength card, and under the Strength card is the World card, and then you have the Devil card. So there's like, it's double Leo, double Capricorn energy here. So, ooh. And then the Nine of Cups is right here. Under that is the Four of Wands. Listen. When you hear that statement, okay, of enlightenment needed to be tempered with wisdom before its true worth and power can be known. This is all right. This would literally be like somebody who's on the throne for 70 years, and until they come off, then and only then. So this is like until that old you has transformed, then and only then. Look at that shit. And look what's peeping through here. You saw how he got that new moon and full moon and Scorpio work through your fizz. It's time to release negativity. Because the shit don't exist. And your mental and your thoughts is still do though. Now that we got all that out the way, now let's move forward. Let's see what's happening here in your immediate future. Let's see what's happening in the immediate future. And I love how we're saying this right now. You got the Queen of Wands as I split the deck. So this is a dynamic duo, but also the balance between the masculine and the feminine, the spiritual and the physical, your thoughts and your heart, or logic and the heart. Right brain, left brain. 1-2 step. Let's see your immediate future here. What in the fuck? Five of Swords. I already told you, okay, with godly. Jupiter is going to be opposing the sun. Libra, Aries. Get away from these narcissistic people from now. Or ego-driven people. Or the parts of yourself that connects to that. And this is what I mean about certain conversations that you have with people at work that sitting here talking about shit that ain't got nothing to do with personal development, but more so taking people backwards. Or wherever you go. It's like there's no more of that 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You're either going to do this for real or go back to where you came from. Either you're going to really step into your divine path or you're going to keep playing with these low vibrational energies. It's really up to you. Because it's only causing unnecessary, unhealthy relationships here. Remove yourself from anything that later on that you realize and you see this within your mind's eye that you end up saying, I should have did this shit this way. However, there's the other side to that. The coulda, woulda, shoulda. Some of you got to let go of that. Oh, I should have did this. I could have did that. That's the other side of it. So the Knight of Pentacles is here at the bottom of the deck. But my thing is, you planted seeds here of abundance. So move that way. Have conversations that nurture that as well. 133.33. Why is the Five of Swords here? Well, I'm glad to see it. Thank you. The end of betrayal. So this is people close to you. That you already, yeah, some of you who still got to get this work done when it comes to removing people off of your social media, because that's a pivot in itself. You know, if people are supposed to be within your environment, then they're supposed to be. But this is a moment to reflect on what this is and do what you got to do. Look at this shit. Come on now. We're clarifying the Five of Swords, and it's clarified by a Ten of Swords. It speaks of the end of a betrayal. On your way to a clear mind, which now leads to a clear path. And at the bottom of the deck to show you what this moment was built upon was the Five of Swords, Venus and Aquarius. Core values that you have when it comes to social relationships. Is there harmony? Is there beauty? Are you allowed to fully be yourself? Or do you have to dim your light so that way you don't make somebody feel some type of way because they don't have their shit together? That shit none of your business. That's the same one competing with you too, by the way. This could even be a boss that you have at work. There's a lot of weird situations. It's, and not weird as in supernatural, because that's a rune as well. This other shit here. Page of Wands. Now the fact that it came out this way is pointing towards the advice, but this is also a fire sign, a younger fire sign. Page of Wands. This Page of Wands connects to Sagittarius as well. So turning the page when it comes to realizing the heart of God within you. Now, that's basically saying that you are willing to give your all to situations, all to people. How many more times do you need for that to backfire on you? Or you're not done? You better be done. Cause I'm about done reading this type of shit. You ask me. Get to it. And surrender whatever attachment you got to what's gonna come of it, like the result. Listen. You see, sorrow, pains, and regrets. You want to keep attracting that into your life by holding on to these other energies? Do you? But don't bring that shit over here. Mira gente. See, this could also be a younger fire sign male that's extremely toxic. What's this? You got justice, and who's this? The hangman. You want some more delays? Or you want to figure this out? You either gonna take action on what you've observed through the dark night of the soul, what has caused delays to bring in the balance, or you can sit there and ignore the judgment call. Look at this one. And look at all of this though. All of these major arcanas are basically just saying this is something here you have to do, and it's being communicated to you by source. Some of this your grandmother too. She ain't playing with you. She is not playing with you. You, your family members, or anybody else. Anybody and everybody can get it, is what she said. And we got the Knight of Cups. Let's see. Okay, here's another message. You could be juggling a lot of stuff from the past that's not letting you see the opportunity that's being presented to you. It's an emotional offer that's coming in. If you're still focused on pages that were coming towards you, when this knight could be an undercover emperor. Yeah, divine timing at play. Divine timing is to realize that you have the ability to take these chains off your neck. All you gotta do is this, pull that shit off. And yeah, let me know. Finish. Let's see what the advice is. I ain't laughing at y'all. I'm just reading these messages, and that's the energy that's coming up. So you say you a gangster, but you never pop nothing. That's the song that just see. You gotta get away from these fake people. weird. When it's time to be who they say they are, they're not there. Okay, so see that Five of Swords, Venus in Aquarius. This you give your all to situations, but that's not being reciprocated. And some of you are still having conversations with these type of people. You're more power to you, but at the same time, realize what you're doing to yourself. Respectfully, there isn't reciprocity. We're in the age of the humanitarian. We're in the age of balancing partnerships, of bringing in harmony when it comes to partnerships and what you're able to create with the partnership. You ain't gonna do shit with these people that's just taken from you. And they not gonna be able to use fully what they taken from you. So that's a double whammy. Let's see what the advice is. Let us see. Heal. Tell me, just heal. Come on now. Jupiter, Libra. Permiso. Excuse me. Focus more on attracting the energies that you want around you to make your dream a reality. The letter O could be significant. Ruby, the stone of a ruby. You could work more with yellow to clear blockages and toxins in your body. As far as property is concerned, you can carry this rune with you, Ophelia. Okay. It helps you to bring a project to conclusion and to strengthen family ties, family connections, rather. It represents home, healing of the home, healing of the home, healing of your heart. Jupiter and Libra. Okay. Let me go to what's in your environment here. Also, the way you're being viewed at this time. Oh, this should be quite the message at this point. Let's see how you're being viewed. Please. Please don't let my Mars and Aries come out on this one. Let me shuffle this. Let me get some spray. So that's significant. As far as a conversation that could lead to you wanting to take somebody out of their shoulders. Because you're over it. Over it. And so is this crow. Over reminding you of the same shit over and over and over again. Like, I done showed you in the dreams. I done showed you through your. I done showed you on social media. I done showed you. I done showed you every. Listen. We're gonna have to cut the deck again because. Okay. How is my lovely collective being viewed? You know what this is. Yeah. That's what I thought. Mm-hmm. Better not come over here with no nonsense with this soul tribe. Better find your ass. Now, that's the Seven of Wands, which speaks of boundaries. I like to see that. Some of you could be, a little stressed out about communication that's going to come in. Release your attachment to the result, what you think is coming, because they see you in this space where you're in a bubble. Okay? It's Mars and Leo. Oh, mm. Either there's something you said or the way you're moving. However, if there is someone who's able to tap the glass that you're in as you're sitting here in this meditative state or process along your journey, it's someone that's supposed to. It's someone that's supposed to. But these other right here, no. 644. Let me see what this say. Yes, because you have a lot of protection here. She has that rune algiz on her arm, left arm, right brain. So yeah, your intuition is highly protected at this time. Continue to do your meditations as well, listening to your binaural beats, taking your baths. Get your locks if you want them, because something about these locks here. And also one of these pillows. It's like something about the aesthetics as well. One of these pillows here. You may have been looking into one of those. And if that's you, this could be the person that comes up out the blue is like, hey, I have this, do you? However, as far as the way you're being viewed as someone that is highly protected, not to be fucked with, you feel me? So, told you, as your grandmother said, everybody can get it. You, them, whoever else want it, because it's time for this to move forward. Because there's an offer coming in that it can only come from a higher power. But you got to be centered in your heart space here in order to connect to it. Something or someone is being dropped down to your earthly realm from the sky. This could be an earth angel. Let me get one more. How are they being viewed here? Oh yeah, you focused on your business. And there goes the matching pair. Oh shit. Wait a minute now, King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is being viewed by this Queen of Pentacles as someone that they know that they can work with along their spiritual journey. They're both healers in their own path. So this is the divine timing for this union here. Oh, shiznitty. Taurus, Capricorn. So this is what this earth energy is bringing in here. Let me clarify this. They both got their legs crossed. His is right over left. Hers is left over right, it looks like. root chakra and the heart chakra. Hold up. Yo, what is going on here? This looks like two people from two different worlds, though. Heaven and the underworld. So there's something, there's something about this pillow, something about a pillow. Like that pillow is highly significant for meditation, because there's that essence of a pillow showing up here too. I don't know why I'm being so drawn to this pillow, to be honest with you. Let me see. And I was smelling pretzels before, and pretzels has a lot of names in there, but it's also the Six of Clubs, which is the Six of Wands. Then you have Emerald City. The truth is hidden. Be the you. Be you. Original. Are you ready? It says. Meditation. Connected to numbers 1407, which would also, it could be January 4th, which would be a Capricorn, Mars in Capricorn, Three of Pentacles, someone you met online. This could also be 1407 as far as the time is concerned, 207, which would be Mercury and Aquarius. And I feel like this is a connection that happens due to a family member putting you into this social group. Then you have 1182. That could be significant as far as November 82, and 197, January of 97, or January 9th, which would still be the Three of Pentacles. Collaborations, online collaborations. And I feel like you could be apprehensive about doing this because of past situations with the Five of Swords in the immediate future. I'm going to clarify this again. Your birthday is January 97. Look at this shit. I'm actually clarifying the Five of Swords with this energy present now. And what's crowning the reading, there's some form of action taking place here. Like I said, the Aries is the backbone of Libra, and the Two of Wands at the top of your spread was clarified by the Justice card, which is Libra. We have a new moon in Libra coming up. So this is the start of new spiritual partnerships, okay? And let's not forget that we do have the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this is something that the seeds have been planted. Yo, this is okay. This would be completing an entire Saturn cycle every 7 to 10 years. Every 7 to 10 years. Well, what's the Five of Swords with this energy present? Because that's 12, 8, 5, and 7. It's just 12. 5, 7, May 7 could also be significant, or moon in Taurus. Okay, hold on. I picked it up like this, so I'm looking at the Hangman, but as I showed it to you, there's an enlightenment of what's been holding you back. What is this enlightenment that's been holding them back? Something of the past. What is this of the past that you clarify this for the collective? You got the peace. No, you're not. Seven of Pentacles. And what is this divine timing for? Just something that's coming in and quite quickly to take you out of financial constraints for some of you here, or bringing in more abundance. What's this divine timing? It's time for you to get going on this business because that's exactly what's in the environment, and for you to see your worth as far as what you're capable of. Things are gonna move quickly for you here. This is also fertility that I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. Fertility. Moon in Capricorn, and Moon in Capricorn, they damn sure work for theirs. Oh yes, they do. Their intuition just speaks money. Moon in Capricorn, and there you got the Ten of Wands, which was the challenge, but upright. Yeah, so everything we just said from the time we started doing this spread, this is ain't even fucking happening. Okay, that ain't fucking happening here. Yeah. Look. Remember I was saying about that 10, the Wheel of Fortune, the divine intervention coming in here? And then you got the Hermit and the Moon. Something about this Moon and Virgos when this wheel begins to spin again. And that's what I was saying about this 10 of Wands, is going back to see where it got stuck at. You got to be a G for that. I see why 50 song pulled through there. You got to be a real G to go back to where you came from to realize this and go through that journey. I'll tell you that. Because, I mean, think about it. This is why people, when you start doing what you do with your cards or with your divination tools, you have like this increase in people who just go off of what the text is saying or what books is saying rather than reading the information and seeing what the soul has to say. But you can only do that from diving deep. Shout out to Ralph Smart on that. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. That part, breathing in that good ass prana now, right? Ain't you? Yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. Now let me see again. Clarify the Seven of Wands. What's the connection here between the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles regarding the Seven of Wands? What's been juggled here? This is Jupiter in Capricorn, though. This is gaining wealth later on in life due to the endurance that you built because you have a legacy. You're not just a one-hit wonder. You're a legend. And that's also the Hangman in reverse is being enlightened about you being a legend. Because Pisces is legendary energy. Look at this. This is okay. The connection between the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles is going back and forth with infinite abundance and not allowing the new life to cost them their old one. And once you do, see, this is what clarified the Eight of Swords. Remember, there could have been certain belief systems that made both sides feel that way, or the masculine and feminine within each person feel that way. That was King of Cups, went in and out. Let's see it. Sun card. Let's go. That's a yes. I'm going to just take that as yes. That's what this is. Once this was balanced out, and I need to, okay, ain't no lacking here. Look at this. The Lover's card is at the bottom of the deck this whole time, by the way. An action on a decision. Some of you in a partnership are taking it to a higher level of commitment. The more you are in alignment to your North Node, especially if you're a twin flame, because you connect to your twin once you're on the path of what you're supposed to be doing, as far as your purpose, your North Node. Let me see what the two of Pentacles look like here. Is this something out of balance or in balance? It's definitely balanced though, but it's the feminine energy. having to hold both energies of the physical and the spiritual, moving beyond the perception of oppression and anything that looks that way, especially based on appearance. Okay? Mind you, there goes King of Wands again. Just saying. This King of Wands is hilarious at this point. King of Wands over here moving like it's Leo season. The King of Wands, Strength card, Sun card, they moving out here like it's Leo season. So whatever you're willing to create, you're going to create it. You're going to manifest it. So make sure it's what you want. You go manifest the same shit you don't want. The energy is just as strong. Love. All right, let's see. All right, y'all let me know. Do we want one more card here for how you're being viewed? Or do you want to move on to the next section? One more? Say one more for what's in the environment and the way you're being viewed, or next section? Let me know. Okay. One more. I mean, shit. All right, good. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let me shuffle this out 3 times. So your business is protected by the universe. What's for you can't be taken unless you give it away. And even what you give away wasn't for you, for eternal purposes. Appreciate you too. Let's see. The way they're being viewed. Chariot. Told you, like, okay. So here's the thing. They know your intuition is on lock. They're not going to tell you this, though. They're not going to tell you this. Some people are literally seeing vehicles with your name on it. This is what I'm saying. There's something you said or the way you moving. Somebody tried you, insulted doing. 1, to even do that, and 2, to even try to do was an insult. You see where I'm going with this. Some of them are going to be seeing vehicles with your name on it, reminding them of what you just told them. As far as how cosmically and ancestrally protected you are. Remember, again, from the previous reading with these 2 horses right here? This was the Death card and this was the Knight of Pentacles. It took you a minute to get to this point. But that's what legacies are. They constantly evolve and grow. Because you chose to break down, to break through, to see how something was for you to go through it. By going through it. Again. He's like, I don't even need to sit in the carriage. They sitting here galloping, this whole shit shaking. I'm still balanced though. That's how they seeing you right now. Or there's some form of distraction that comes their way. Look at that 10 of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. This is somebody close to you that knows you, but again, they was playing a different hand while you was playing your hand, while you was focused on your hand. So this is like a spades game. You didn't have any spades and you still won the game. Let me clarify it. Okay. 7-7 right there too. That's 7-7-7. With the 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. Yeah, you done built up a level of patience that's immaculate. Look at this. Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. And this is what I feel like it is. While you focus here on what you're doing, for some of you, this is your partnership, your relationship, getting away from people that's been hating on you and your partnerships, or your partnership with yourself. Listen, come through now. Okay. And that's how they say here looking at you. Oh, that's all they can do. They spy on you. They've been doing that the last 2 years too. Until you walked away from what no longer serves you, as this that's equivalent to the 8 of Cups. That energy was actually messing with your auric field. This is what I mean about vibes and frequencies and people and what you're watching, what you're listening to, who you're listening to, what they're listening to. Like that shit it's a whole different game of telephone. Why you sitting here focus on what you gotta do because you're on a new page manifesting. Your life force has risen to the top to your crown. The universe is mental, so you and the universe having your own connection. This is what I'm saying. They can see you as somebody that's highly protected by the cosmos, by your ancestors, unbothered. Because somebody's expecting a different reaction out of you, and they're doing things to get a reaction out of you, but you're responding. And the reaction that they're looking for, you're actually giving it to them by responding with stillness and just walking away. For some of you, is the opposite. If you have been doing that, this is somebody on the opposite. This would be someone who actually says something. And when you say something, you only gotta say it once. Because as you're saying it, they're seeing their whole life flash before their eyes. And they're like, what the fuck? Yeah. Bro. Talking about surrender the drama. I hear you. I hear you. Now I want to see what the Five of Swords look like. Yeah. This right here that you manifest on this new page is the healing of your inner child, your divine masculine, divine feminine, and the growth that you've had. Because these are all the same people. This could also be viewed as all the same people. And this is Mars and Pisces. Hold on. Excuse me, baby. One second. All right. Here we go. Thank you, love. So let me see what the Five of Swords look like now. With this in place. That was quick. And look what came out. Your advice card. So you see what just happened there as I asked you? This is what the universe is also doing with you. What do you want to see? See how quick it was for you to just be like, one more? Yeah. Make sure you're doing the same shit in your life. Because this is the Eight of Swords here. So now this Five of Swords is being clarified by this Four of Swords. It speaks of healing, of karmic relationships. And how does this healing come about? Look at this way here. Walking away from what no longer serves you, as it is divine timing at play. It is. Listen. 7-7. There go the 7 wands again, which is in your environment. Mm-hmm. And in the stained glass window is the 6 of Cups, by the way. Healing from the past, especially that inner child. This could be, situations within the family that you experienced through your eyes, not necessarily physically, but it felt physical because you experienced it through your senses of the eyes or through your ears. Some of you, this experience is coming through your nose because there could have been something that occurred when you were a newborn and you still carry that smell in your nose. Boy. Knowing your purpose allows you to leave the past behind of sorrow, pains, and regrets. Because these are both Mars energy as far as Aries is concerned. This is an Aries card, and this is Mars and Scorpio. Mars rules Aries. It could also be Pluto. But once you went through this transformation from this ending, from laying on this sword of truth that's uncomfortable, like who's going to lay on the sword? That shit hurts. It's going to hurt. Or feel uncomfortable. Only for you to say, this is so uncomfortable that I have to keep going to get to a space where I can handle it instead of dealing with this. The divine steps in. What's this? To help you to realize that everything that you were asking for, you've always had. You just got to go to where you are celebrated, not tolerated. Listen. Let's keep going now. As far as any doubts or false evidence appearing real, here's your advice from source. This fell out fast. Pisces energy. Just remember who you are. Remember those uncomfortable seasons. And the reason why you chose to go through it was to grow through it, to have a breakthrough by being broken down. But this hangman energy, this looks like someone who's literally stretching their spine and opening up their chest cavity. From that could also be a stretch you would want to do too. Comedic yoga. And then we have the Knight of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. I feel like this is y'all taking off now, especially with this Five of Swords showing up. It's like you get to a point where you're like, you know what, fuck this. Let's roll. Let's go. Let's go. Your wish come true with this whole lover coming in here. Really? That's what we do? That's what we gonna do then. That's what we gonna do then. Yeah, It's gonna be this is gonna be a meditative, passionate level of love because I'm seeing 17 here as well. You want passion, but you also want that spiritual work. I see you. Shit. This is what I'm saying. Sources ask you what you want. What do you want? Some of your blessings are on hold here. You see this one? And once you receive it, then y'all over here partying. There go the roses. My thing is, there's something about somebody's footwear. They got some fly kicks though. What was that brand before? It's at the tip of my tongue, but I can't even remember. Irrelevant. And then we have the magician at the bottom of the deck. All the tools to manifest all that you want, the reality that you want, and stepping outside the box. And the outcome is it fell this way. Okay, Queen of Cups in reverse. It's giving me this vibe of coming out of being self-absorbed, not so mysterious. On another note, because we do have a matching pair here of the King of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, this is releasing a water sign. A season of growth has come to a conclusion for this particular part of the journey, specifically a Cancer. And you got the Judgment card, Judgment card. No. Because so there's a spiritual entity on its way to you. That's the outcome. And then the way with this Judgment card is okay. This could be the full-fledged version of your higher self finally getting to meet up with you. Lies, blood. Someone's answering the call here. Yo, this just got real. Yeah. Because look at this. In the doubts and fears position, is looking like somebody tapping this realm, coming into this realm here. Where it's like, oh, this almost feels like a spirit child. For some of you, it's a girl. There's okay. What came through mind was clock struck 12. It's like a Cinderella story. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups in reverse. What the fuck? Excuse me. We got the Moon card and the 8. Yeah. This is a whole spiritual entity that's on its way to you to help you with whatever. So don't waste this entity's time. Because it came here to put in some work for you. All you gotta do is ask. I feel like that's what this grandmother energy is like. They probably can't come down here because they're so high ranked that they have to be where they're at. Right? But they can send someone to you. Shit, it might be this message. Look, cause look at this. You've been talking to the moon, all right. Mm-hmm. White and black is significant, and that's also healing as far as Babaluaye, Saturn energy, black and white. This could also be a contract as far as black and white, pen to paper, because this is a new offer that's coming in from the seeds that you've planted. And you see this? See this here? The new moon in Libra, speaking of divine partnerships. Oh, yeah, this is what this Ace of Pentacles is holding right here. This is what it is right here. Let me see what's the Queen of Cups here. Go to World card, completion of the cycle. What's the Queen of Cups? And then, what's that? 719. That's Moon in Cancer. Moon card and Queen of Cups is here. So what's this about? Okay, yeah, there's definitely a high level of commitment here. Somebody's definitely rushing in. This could be a spiritual insight that you've been waiting for, and this is the moment that it comes to you. The moment you completely surrender. And then you have Jupiter. It could be Jupiter and Pisces. So tomorrow, 2/22/20 on the timer. Tomorrow's lab, I'm actually going to do a live based off of, oh, somebody's about to be a billionaire. Minimum. At least that's what you have. That's your hidden treasure. That's the keys you got. So you can't be out here having average conversations. That ain't you. If we really being real about it. Because you receive so much spiritual enlightenment from all the drama you've experienced to know how to operate. And you're going to have so much responsibility moving forward. But it's not something that you can't do. Because if you got through this, then shit. Just it isn't even if we're not putting a label as far as billionaire, millionaire, trillionaire, whatever. You're somebody who's reached a level when it comes to your core values that translates to your finances, where that's never going to be a worry for you. Fall is definitely the fall equinox tomorrow too. Wow. Okay. Huh. So where that the message tomorrow will be, but listen, it is the spring because remember we've been picking up on that energy lately where the fall feels like your springtime. So, okay, this is how you become recognized here. You're going to be doing something that's normally done during a particular season, but you're doing it on an off season. And that's how champions are made. Yo, this is fire. Tomorrow, we're going to do a live based off of Jupiter and Pisces because that also came to the forefront today. At 9:22 to 10:23 begins the phase of the Queen of Swords, which has to do with responsibility and justice as well. So, y'all, That is your message. Let me see. I may be back later with the short message. I'm not sure. We'll see what the vibe is like. But I love you. It's go time. At least the way this energy over here rocking with this collective, like, let's go. Stay focused. Get your lime juice, squeeze out that lime and put it in a mason jar. Make sure you're drinking 32 ounces of water before you go to bed. Let me know if you have that smoothie with coconut water, bananas, blueberries. I freeze them first to let the banana and the blueberries with some sea moss. You can squeeze some lemon in there, some lime in there if you want to, with some nutmeg and cinnamon. Add some dates to it. Don't forget that. Let me know how you like it. But yeah, I love you. I'll see you later.